Coloring art prints is an advanced version of coloring pages. The prints are made on a nice, heavy-duty watercolor paper that works well for most art media, from watercolors to colored pencils and acrylics. In this video, I am using an art print of my original drawing of a winter landscape. Let's see how I did it with acrylic paint. Before you start, take a moment to look at and explore the details in the drawing. At this point, you need to come out with a plan and a strategy for your coloring approach. You can see a well-defined foreground and a background. Foreground acts as a frame, and even though it is detailed enough, I'm not going to use it as the focal point of the picture. I rather focus on the church and the path that leads to it. The beauty of coloring an art print is that you have a complete control over the colors, focal points, details, time of a day, mood, position of light source, and so on. I feel like I want to paint it as an early morning scene. With that said, here is my plan. I will paint the foreground with cool colors. There will be blues, grays, and browns there, but overall it will work as a uniform, intricate frame for the background. As the sun rises, it changes the sky colors and the colors of the objects that get the first sun rays, like the pine trees in the midground. There is a lot of snow in the picture, but I'm not planning on using plain white paint for it. Instead, I will borrow the colors of the sky to paint the snow. And now to painting. Acrylics is a fast-drying paint, and that's good, but it makes it hard to keep the mixed colors moist on the palette. So I'm placing paints in small cups and adding a drying retarder, just a few drops. It will extend the life of the paint on the palette. First, I'm preparing the colors I will need for the foreground. To extend the life of my paints even more, I'm preparing a wet palette. It's easy. I use a piece of disposable paper palette, or you can use a piece of household wax paper. Place it in a tray or plate with a few wet paper towels under the palette. This will keep the paints moist while you're painting. I am completing the foreground with blues and grays. Use variations of shades and tones. Don't forget to add volume to the forms. Then move on to the midground. I'm using lighter tones and warmer colors, dominating pinks and medium grays. Use even lighter tones for the background, not as intense and vibrant, except for a few accent spots. Finish up with painting the sky. Add clouds if you wish to. That's it. If you wish to paint or color one of my art prints, there is a link below to access them. There is also a link to the coloring tips and instructions on my website. Now, go and get creative.